Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yeah, you down. Hi, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Just this a little bit. Shoot your butt off, feeling. Shoot your butt off, feeling. Hi, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk immigration. Hi, everyone. Let me turn that down a little bit. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good Thursday. So, if you are, I think I wouldn't say most people. So, everybody's got, not everybody, because I know most places, well, if you work for the state or federal government, you're going to take Monday off, which is July 5th, right? So, that's a 3-day weekend. In the state of Alabama, I think for the most part, Juneteenth, which now is a federal holiday, is being celebrated and observed tomorrow. So for those who my BFFs, shout out to Joanne Witherspoon, those who have who work in the state of Alabama, for instance, their weekend is a 4-day weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's something we're all looking forward to. Now I don't work for the state, but since the courthouses are closed, yeah. Anyway, hi everybody. This is attorney Abisola Olale. Abisola Onwe, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. You've got an immigration case. My firm handles that case type. We do represent immigration clients, and we travel to where you are. So I hope you guys are enjoying your day so far. And wanted to come on real quick this evening before I sign out of the office to talk briefly about something that is very, very common with a lot of people when it comes to immigration cases, and that is when you have already done your I-485 interview, but you're yet to receive an approval, and you're wondering what steps or actions can I take while the 485 approval is pending. So actions to take pending your I-485 approval. So if you are, and that is something that comes up a lot. I can't tell you how many times in a day that I have someone say, hey, I've had my interview scheduled. Well, I've had my interview done 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or it's 18 months ago. And they told me, I'll get a decision within 120 days, but it's been 2 years. It's been this and that, but nothing. So what's going on? But it's not as much as that is something, hold on 1 second, that maybe, you're concerned, you're, anxious, just wondering, no stability, no permanency plan yet. However, the even though you're more focused on getting that approval or decision on your 485, I always say don't neglect or don't forget that you're still being investigated. You may not know, obviously, but you're still being investigated. One of the things that immigration does while you have your application for your green card, which is basically the 485 application pending, is during the time you've had your interview and when a final decision is going to be made, they still continue to have investigations done. Investigation to make sure that your application is actually, I'm talking of marriage based, because there are other, there's employment based, self petition based, 485. I'm talking specifically about having an interview based on marriage to a citizen, and you're yet to receive an approval or any kind of decision in your case. So instead of just focusing on that time frame that has gone by and the fact that you don't have a decision yet and all that, don't neglect what you can still do before you actually have the approval. The reason being, there are cases that happens when USCIS deliberately will not make a decision because they still want to investigate, especially if for whatever reason they suspect that there may be marriage fraud involved. They will still continue investigating your actions and see whether you actually are living together or you're married to your spouse is good faith. One of such things they do is to just make unannounced visits. So if you when you already anticipate an unannounced visit, what action can you take? You can expect. Let me go back now. The whole point is they want you to be satisfied that your marriage-based green card application is for the right reason, not just set up or put together just for the green card and it's a contract. So, if you did not have sufficient evidence to start with and be able to convince them that this is a good faith marriage where you're commingling lives together, an action you can take while you're waiting on the I-485 to be approved is to gather even more evidence of your life together. So if you had a baby while you're waiting, if you have new bank accounts while you're waiting, if you bought a house together while you're waiting, if you have life insurance policies that you did not have, whatever the additional evidence can be that you can get while your I-485 is still pending approval, that time you're waiting is time for you to gather even more evidence. And here's why. For instance, if for whatever reason your case gets denied and they say you have not met the burden that your marriage was good faith, you have all that already compiled. So you can produce that in support of a motion to reconsider, motion to reopen, or in whatever case may be on your appeal. Another thing, an action you can take is making sure that you actually are living with your spouse. If you're not living with your spouse, be ready to have a reasonable, justifiable explanation as to why you and your spouse are not living together as husband and wife or partner and partner, whatever the case may be. So it's not just for you to carry on and just say, hey, we're waiting. No, they're still going to investigate and they're still going to figure out and do their due diligence to make sure that you deserve that immigration benefit that you're seeking. Now, sometimes, things happen where marriages break up, and especially if you're 45 has been pending for 2-3 years, and now you're your spouse find yourself where you've drifted apart, and now you're on the brink of divorce. Generally, if you're divorced from your spouse before your 485 green card is granted, generally that means the basis for which you're applying, which is the marriage to that citizen spouse, is no longer there, and your case will be denied. There are some limited situations where you can still get your green card, even if that's the case, but you have enough good faith exemption to prove. That's rare, but it's possible. However, while you're waiting for an I-485 approval, if that is the situation, or you find yourself where you're being subjected to abuse or control or mental manipulation by your spouse, where it becomes unbearable or becomes a controlling abusive marriage, one action you can take while your 485 is pending is to look into seek counseling or an opinion or counseling from an immigration lawyer and see whether you can convert that pending 485 based on now the issues in your marriage that really are not suitable or conducive for any sane human being to be in, and see whether you can convert that to a self-petition and preserve your 485 so that it's now diverted to, instead of a marriage base, is going to be a self-petition based on abuse. So your I-485 pending is not time to just relax or time to divorce and think immigration would not find out. They are still actively processing your case. You may not see that on record, but look at it this way. When enough time has passed, people who have regular, normal relationships, husband and wife, if you've had 2 years since your interview, it's expected you have some more evidence to show that your marriage is real. So that in the event that you get a notice of intent to deny or you get an RFE to produce additional evidence, you have that. If you have your application pending and there's nothing to show that life has continued together, that doesn't help your case. So be proactive about your case. Even if you're pending, an approval in your 485, that's okay. Just be proactive. If things have changed, find out what your options can be so that you're not ending up in removal proceedings. So just don't sit back. Being proactive about your life. So I hope that helps. I've had to. Every case is different. People will consult and say, "Hey, this is what's going on." And another action you can take, obviously. So if you've covered all those bases and you're good, everything is fine. Another thing you can do is you can make e-request, ombudsman inquiry as to it's outside the number, way outside the number of person times. I need a decision. If all of that fails, one action you can take is asking a U.S. District Court that has jurisdiction over the service center that's processing your case for what we call a writ of mandamus. It's basically asking that court to make USCIS decide on that pending application. Now, it is not, the court does not have the authority to mandate them to approve your case. The only thing the court has the authority to do is to mandate USCIS to make a decision on that pending application. Okay? So a writ of mandamus may as well work because it's a court order, but you may get a denial. But at least if that's the case, have enough evidence to prove and to be able to rebut whatever basis they're claiming, they're basing their denial on. So that's that in a nutshell. Okay. We got it? Yes. I tell you, I'm goofy. But anyway, I hope that helps. And if you need services, if it's something we can help with your immigration case, number and contact information, meaning number, email scrolling across the screen. This is Attorney Abisola Olay Samuel, immigration lawyer based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. And there is, if you know me already, you already know that there is a consultation fee credited towards the total fees if my firm is retained to help your case. So let us know how we can help you. And thanks to all those who jumped on. And please share the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That will be very much. And usually when I broadcast on Facebook, I also broadcast on YouTube simultaneously. So if you go on YouTube, just put in Olay Immigration. There is no other channel that's coming up. That name ain't coming. It's not. No, it's not. Okay, so until next time, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys probably next week. I'm going to be out of town, but I'll probably still see you virtually. But I hope you all have a wonderful Independence Day celebration weekend. And thank God we're able to now interact with all the whole pandemic. We're able to interact with our family members and our loved ones. And thank you for all those who support my page and share information with people. I really, really do appreciate that. All right. Bye, everybody.